You will always remain a photocopy if you're doing what others are doing. Never be better than them.
So deep.
Don't celebrate similarities. Dr. McMullen says, celebrate your differences. There are many rich people that go broke. There is no single wealthy person that goes broke because they've created a system that sustains them. If nothing is bigger than to you, you are in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Money is nebulous. Basically, it means money does not change nobody. Money only magnifies everything. It deals with your cravings. It deals with your discipline. It deals with your excesses. It makes you to be able to have control. 10, 20 years ago, everybody was singing Tupac and all the songs they were singing in America, isn't it? Now, America is singing Afrobeats.
That is just it.
We were watching Hollywood. Now America is watching Nollywood. You are your greatest assets ever. Not cars, not houses, nothing. Don't chase money. Become a person of value. Create value. See, money looks for value.
Money is for value.
See, there is a solution to a problem that it's locked inside of you.
Two audience said in our first video together. One person said something that those who feel entitled build wealth most time. Another person said the only way 90% of Nigerians can build wealth is by fraud, nepotism, and etc. So for someone as young as those people having that type of mindset, what can you say about that? Pushmo. If this is your first time watching the show, you don't need to do anything, just relax and enjoy. But if you're back again on this show, it means you have this passion solving problems. So hit the subscribe button and let's solve bigger problems together. Thank you. Firstly, we are going to there's two things two guests, two audience said in our first video together. You know, our first video bettered money matter with Coach Smoke. You understand?
Yep. Yep.
So one person said something that those who feel entitled build wealth most time. Another person said the only way 90% of Nigerian can build wealth is by fraud, nepotism, and etc. So for someone as young as those people having that type of mindset, what can you say about that? Pushmo.
Okay, it's great to have. I like those kind of. I like questions. There's something about questions. A question is a gateway, basically. So I'd rather you ask a question that have an assumption and don't actually interrogate the assumption. So I like questions a lot. So now let's go back to which of them should we pick first? So let's pick them one at a time. So which one should we pick first? So we can
let's go for the first one that said that those who feel entitled build wealth most time.
Okay, now the first thing I always ask people there is, do they have any data to support what they are saying? That those who feel entitled build wealth. Based on what assumption? Based on, see, there's a difference in what you're thinking. There is a difference in what you're assuming. And there's a difference in what is real, what is the reality. And I don't go by emotions, I go by data. So when somebody says something to me, I ask them one question. Can you please present me with the data? Let me see what the data is saying. So I can understand better from the perspective of data. That is all that matters. So until this person presents a data to me, what they've just said is just they've spoken from the perspective of their opinion, which they are completely entitled to, and there's nothing wrong about that. But one thing that over the time, my experiences, my studying has shown me there is entitled people always leave the dependency of the movement of their life onto other people. What they say there is, if it is, well, this thing is not working because the government is not doing this. This thing is not working because my father did not do this. This thing did not work because my school did not do this. This thing did not work because I didn't have a good teacher. This thing did not. See, all of those things, they are facts. And what are facts? Facts are things that actually operate at a particular point in time. So
Mm-hmm.
what they could have
Mm-hmm.
been saying is actually accurate at a point in time. But one thing about life there is the direction of your life is 100% a decision of you. See, you are born looking like your parents, but you will die looking like the decisions you've made. Whatever
Mm.
situation you are in, you are not the only person. Look around you. There are similar people in the same environment you are in that are doing better than you. And there are similar people in the same environment you are in that they are not doing as well as you are. So it's a matter of you understanding your position, your perspective, and aligning that to exactly to what benefit we see. We all know there is no electricity in Nigeria. It's never been there. We all know that okay, Nigeria is catching up on governance. We every nation has their issues. The problem there is why should we continue to hold on to something that has always been there? Why should we
Mm.
continue
That's
to,
it.
see, I don't encourage things being mediocre. I don't encourage that. But one thing you need to have to know there is people who go ahead, who are called trailblazer, means there is no road in a particular direction and they decide to create the blaze and then other people follow. So it's not about because people who are entitled actually, it's actually people who don't feel entitled. They actually know that life does not give you anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever you want out of life, you have to take it from life. And that means purposeful decision and deciding, I want to make this happen. So on that one, this is my opinion about it. But the person who said that if they have a data that actually validates that entitled people have actually made headway, then we can actually look at the data and then we'll start corrected. But one thing
Mm-hmm.
about there is when you look left and right, you would see within your same environment there are people, despite that, they're still doing what. See, not everybody is a corrupt individual. Not
Yeah,
everybody is making money through the back door. Not everybody is lying their way to prosperity. There are people who are actually grafting day and night and have been successful.
definitely. Yeah,
So
that's true.
let's leave the negative examples and focus on the positive examples. Let me give you an example. There is a story whereby a twin was raised by a father who's an alcoholic. So later in life, one of the twins became an alcoholic and the other one never touched alcohol. When they asked the one who became an alcoholic that, what happened to you? How come you're an alcoholic? He said, look at me. I was raised by an alcoholic father. That's why I'm an alcoholic.
Mm.
Then I went to the other one and said, okay, how come you never touched a bottle of drink all your life? He said, look at me. I was raised by an alcoholic. That is why I never touched a bottle of alcohol.
Mm.
And report said something. Some people say they can, some people say they can't. Both of them are correct.
They can't. They
And they
can.
can. Yeah. So some say, yeah, I can do it, they do it. Some say, I can't do it, they don't do it. Both of them are
Mm-hmm.
correct. So it's a
Mm.
matter of choice. You pick your choice. Life is hard anyway, so pick your heart and deal with it.
That's. I think you've answered those two questions. You've answered those two questions. So based on today's topic, and today is more of the foundation of everything. What we talk about today is going to be something that we can, go back to and say we did something amazing. But I noticed something about Nigerian youth, African youth. Most anything that comes about money, all of them they are there. They just want to, they want to listen to how to make fast money. Why do you think most of the, mainly Nigerian youth, anytime it comes about money, they are there. But when it comes about educational stuff in terms of your health, you won't see them there. But when it comes about just money, they are always there because I don't know. Why do you think they have that type of mindset?
Now, see, it's one thing that I would like to say about that there is nothing wrong with people liking money. And
Okay.
this is why when you go anywhere in the world, you will find Nigerians are trailblazers. Nigerians are up there anywhere you go in the world. Why?
Mm.
Because Nigerians, we have this hunger to make things happen. So the youth having the hunger to make money, there's nothing wrong about that hunger. I like the hunger. One thing there has to be a difference between you liking money and you loving money.
Mm. What's the
So that
difference?
is the difference. There is when I like money, I will do what is required, go through the process to make sure I have it. I will respect money. I will not belittle money. When money comes my way, I look after it properly. I ensure money is managed properly. When I love money, I do everything I can, even against my personal beliefs, my personal opinion to get it.
Oh, so it's different between you liking money and you loving money.
Yeah. See, my favorite book, the Bible says something. It says the love of money is the root of evil. It never
Mhm.
said money is bad.
It said the love of money is the root of
The
evil.
love of it. See,
The
when you
love.
love something, you will do everything and anything to have it.
You're right, sir. You're
So
right.
when you love something, you are emotionally manipulated.
Ah, that is it. You are very right. You are very right about it.
But
Hmm.
when you like something, you want to have it, but there are some things you will not do against some things to get it. So I love the energy to like money because it creates the curiosity you need for you to think outside of the box, for you to think of ways that you can actually generate and make money. But when you love money, you will do everything at all costs to get it.
Hmm.
Without morals, without standards, without principles. It is just, I have to have it. Even if it is at the detriment to society, at the detriment to you long term, you do not care because at all costs. And that is where you spare nothing back from not doing. There are some people, they have principles that are more important than money. If nothing is
Hmm.
bigger than to you, you are in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Yeah. If money is all that is all be all, then you are in trouble. If there are no things that it does not matter the amount of money, you will not sell your soul. See, that is where the problem is. There has to be a line. There has to be a line that there has to be some things you would not do for money, regardless of the price.
Regardless of the price. I think you differentiating between you loving money and liking money, I think is a very, very deep aspect. Most people don't know. I don't know it as well. I just think like I like money, yeah, that's just it. So if you
I
like
like money.
something, I like money too. I think when you like something, your emotions is still under control. But when you love something, your emotions is not under control. Gee, I think that is just it. So I've been thinking, what really made you like? What really inspired you to love? You know, passing across knowledge around financial literacy to the younger generation. What really inspired all this journey so far?
Do you know I've discovered that the difference between the haves and the have nots is actually knowledge, understanding, and application. And I call it know, be, do. That's the difference. The
Jesus
difference
Christ.
between the haves and the have nots is very, very as simple as it is. Most people don't
God.
know that is what the difference is. There are
Oh,
people in that Nigeria that they are actually earning in dollars.
God.
There are people that are actually in the West that are actually living a poorer life than some people in Nigeria. So the difference, when I came to the understanding that money is actually really not the problem, that was the light bulb moment for me that money was never the problem. Why? Because when I sat down and I took a stock of my life, I realized how much I have made over time up to that point. But I realized that the money I've made has not translated into wealth. So I took a step back, like, no, the problem cannot be money. There has to be something I am missing. And this thing is, you spent almost 16 years in the educational system within any nation. Nobody teaches us about money. Nobody teaches us about the principle of money. Nobody teaches about wealth creation. Nobody teaches us about the psychology and the emotional side of money. Nobody does that. And to me, that is what and why I am so passionate about making people understand that it is all about knowing, being, and doing. If you can have the information required, if you have the understanding of what needs to be done, and if you can execute and do what is required to do as regards finances per time, then the rest is history. Then you are on the journey to build wealth, and eventually you become financially independent and financially free. I hope that's answered the question. What inspired me is actually the discovery of the problem is actually really never money.
Okay.
Every time somebody comes to you and they say they don't have money, then you know they have a bigger problem.
What's the
See,
problem?
in every area of life that you lack anything, in that area you don't have the illumination that is required in that area. What does that mean? That means you don't have the required information, and which is the knowledge required. That means you don't have the depth of the understanding of what is required, and you don't know the application of how to apply the knowledge which you understand in that particular area. That is why there are so many broke accountants. That is why there are so many broke PhD holders. See, we go through our lives, our education life. Nobody prepared us for money. There is
Nobody.
no single curriculum that talks about financial literacy. They will teach us Sokatwa. They will teach us all those big things in school. Nothing is wrong with them, but at the end of the day, out of all the things you've learned in school, statistics has shown us that 60% of people are currently engaged in a career that is different from what they studied in school. Number one. Number two, throughout your 16 to 20 years of education, nobody prepared you for how to handle money. So you went to primary school 6 years, you went to secondary school 6 years, you went to university 4 years. That is 16 years, maybe 1 or 2 more years. So about 18 years of schooling. You land your first job and you got your first paycheck. Nobody told you what to do with that money. Nobody told you there is a principle that is required for you to be able to generate money, to optimize money, to preserve money, to organize money, and to secure money. We're not taught that. So when the money comes, nobody's taught you that. And what you see in your environment there is money is meant to be spent.
Mm-hmm.
Call it YOLO. I only live once. When it's 16, 18, 19, 20-year-old person is living a life like they will die tomorrow. Anybody who eats their dinner for breakfast will starve for the rest of the day. So when I discovered that the problem is not money, the problem is all about knowledge, understanding, and application. And that is ever since I had that discovery, because I was making money, but I realized that I was not able to translate that into wealth building. It was not
Mm-hmm.
showing, and see, every one of us, when we look back into our lives and we take account of all the money that has gone through our hands and compare that to what we have left, we will see we've wasted and squandered a lot of that money. And we did not prepare for the noon time of our lives and for the later time of our lives. And ever since then, my crusade has been about making people understand that, look, regardless of the background you have, you can build wealth.
You can build wealth regardless.
I'm not talking about riches. Anybody can get rich overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wealth overnight. So that is the message. It's about wealth building. Wealth building is a mindset and it's a process. There are many rich people that go broke. There is no single wealthy person that goes broke because they've created a system that sustains them.
Hmm. It's a two different thing entirely.
Riches and wealth are two different things. If you win lottery now and you win 100 million naira now, overnight you've become rich overnight.
That's
If you
true.
go
Yeah.
to Brother Nigeria, whatever that thing is called, and you manage to win after 30 days or whatever it is, and they give you 150 million or 200 million, you become almost rich overnight. Your life has changed overnight. But the question there is, let us look at your life 5 and 10 years from now. That have you been able to translate that riches into wealth? That is why there are many people that had money and don't have it again. Do you know that statistics actually says that almost 60% of professional athletes,
Okay.
footballers, basketballers, they actually go broke 5 years after retirement?
Why?
The reason is because they were rich while they were playing, because they were having those big amounts while they were playing. They never took the time to build the wealth that will sustain them in their later years.
Hmm. That's it. Because I've seen a lot of footballers here. They went broke within 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, because they've not been able to understand that riches and wealth are two different things. So their approach to life, their approach to managing it, their approach to
Yes.
consumption is completely different.
I think
We
that is
live
it.
like there is no tomorrow. Now, when tomorrow comes, we begin to wonder how we're going to take care of tomorrow.
Oh. Because yeah, before one person say anything, they'll say that spend your money now because nobody knows tomorrow. Spend it now, you can die tomorrow. That type of
Yeah,
mindset. That type of
yeah.
mindset. I think that is the type of mindset most of the youth are having right now. Like, spend your money now, and they really love doing bad, bringing bad example. Look at that person. He's rich, oh, he died through car accident. This one, they bring different type of excuses to back up their claim. How can they break? How can they break that type of mindset? How can they break it?
They should look for other examples of people who have managed their money and have not died and have lived longer.
Yeah, I think that is it. That is it. The-
It's a two side of the coin. When you look at somebody who, when they were when they started, oh, they didn't live long, and you say, oh, look at that person is dead. I say, okay, look at another person that did not die. That is so. It's about you
yeah.
picking the example you want to live, model your life
Mm.
by. Say, if you are somebody in your 1820s and you're already planning to die, then I have a big concern.
Hmm.
Where is your dream? What is that vision board that is driving you to your 30s, to your 40s, to your 50s, to your 60s? Yeah, nobody has control over life. But your
Nobody.
ability to keep moving on through life has to be because you have a long term goal. Fine, young people die. We know it, but there's so many young people that don't die. So why are you modeling your life after the few cases that has happened that has been negative, and you're not modeling your life against the right ones that has worked well?
I think you've
And
answered
see,
it. Mm-hmm.
and most of the time, it is our thinking is what creates our reality.
The
Most
way we
people
think.
think the better. Yeah, as a man thinketh, so is it. So if you keep thinking, the way this life is going, you better live now, so that you not, so that you don't, and so you are the one that is actually programming that into your destiny.
By the way you think.
And the way you think,
One of the things that made me to have so much passion helping people. I once lost a friend. Yeah, I lost a friend. He committed a suicide. Um, his dad used his money. He was saving his money with his dad. His dad used his money. The money was meant for him to do freedom from the place he was learning. So his dad used the money. Then overnight he drank sniper and killed himself. I felt like if he had have that orientation, the right information about him spending your money doesn't mean that you can't make another money. You know, making me understand that there is even more to life than you killing yourself. You know, if something like that, or someone have, come across him and told him something like that, maybe, and just maybe, he'll still be alive by now. So I felt like when people have the rightful information, when they have access to orientation that can help them break away from that limited mindset, yeah, a lot of things is going to change. I believe so. And I think that is our mission, to empower them with the tools to know how to make money works for them. So it also makes me go back to this question. What is the question again? What are the most dangerous money misconception you've seen young people or you've seen among young adults nowadays? What is the dangerous money misconception you've seen among young adults?
There are quite a few of them. And before I start that, when you were telling me about that story of your friend, is people should stop personalizing failure.
Okay? Please, I want you to explain more better for you.
Because you failed does not make you a failure. They are two different things.
Because I
Failure
feel,
does not make you a failure.
hmm,
Failure is an event. You can fail, that doesn't make you to be a failure. The moment you can disassociate things like that from yourself, it allows you to be able to move on in life. Because one
hmm,
thing I can tell you in life there is no way you will succeed in life without failing.
there is
How you
nothing.
respond to failure determines if you will ever succeed.
How I respond to it.
Determine if you will ever succeed. See, everybody should go and buy Otedola's new book.
Yeah, I'm buying it. Yeah, I'll
And they
buy it.
should go and read the parts that he really talked about when he failed. See, the business failed. Otedola did not fail.
The
How many people would
business
have
still.
committed suicide? Yeah, Otedola never failed. Your ability to de-associate failure from you, don't never personalize failure. I tried it, it did not work. Let me think of another way.
Hmm, hmm.
You fail again, you fail better. There has been nobody who has created wealth and has maintained success that does not have a pile of failure that got them to the success.
Ah, this is very deep. Hmm.
You tried to do something with money, the investment did not work. Good luck. You've learned what not to do with money. Move on. Don't be a prisoner of your own experiences.
Hmm.
You know, when you're driving a car, the front mirror is big,
Yeah.
but the mirror that lets you see the back of the car is a small mirror. What is it telling you? Nobody ever progresses forward by looking at the rear mirror constantly.
This is fact.
You look at
Hmm.
the mirror briefly to see what is coming. You don't fixate on the rear mirror when you're meant to be going forward. See, it should be an experience that teaches you something and move away from it.
Wow.
You made money, you lost it, fine, tough. You know what not to do. Try it again. You've attempted this thing, it failed. You did not fail. You've just found a way it did not work.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
People, yeah, this thing, I can't, I tried to invest and it did not work and I lost my money. This thing is a scam. No, it's not. The experience is teaching you what not to do and how not to do something so you can approach it from a better position. Go and look at all the wealthy people, look into their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
have sustained a long period of failing through, but what they do is they fail, they try again, they fail better. Eventually, success is standing on the pile of failure.
That's it. That's it. That's facts.
So, what should people not do with money? Number one, never personalize your relationship with money. That's the first mistake. See, there is more to life. See, money makes life comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That about it. I like money, but never make your life's work to be about the value of the money you have.
Never personalize it.
Never personalize it. That is why I really study those wealthy people and see the way they casually appear, the way, and it's because wealth building does something to you. Wealth building works on you and makes you a better person. It deals with your cravings. It deals with your discipline. It deals with your excesses. It makes you to be able to have control. So eventually, when that money comes, you are so disciplined. It is not all about consumption. When comes like this, people live as if there will be no Monday. When payday come at the end of August, people live that there is no 30 days in September. So it is because those excesses have not been subjected to a process of growth whereby you prune and you discipline yourself, whereby you tell yourself, no, behave yourself. No, behave yourself. Yes, I know there's money in that account. Not all the money I have is meant to be spent. So it is understanding those things that most people that build wealth, it first deals with them personally because money is a magnifier.
Yeah.
Money doesn't change anybody. Money only magnifies who you are. So what you do is you quickly begin to discipline yourself so that a final version of you emerges. So when the money comes, the money would magnify that final version of you.
Mm.
So when they say, that man has changed, he has money, no, he was only keeping his behaviors.
Yeah, people normally say that. Yeah.
Change anybody. Money is nebulous. Basically, it means money does not change nobody. Money only magnifies everything. If you're a caring person, money will magnify that. If you are not a caring person, money will magnify that. So it's about you understanding that money is nebulous. So don't put the blame on money.
Don't put the blame on money. Never put the
It's
blame
all
on
on it's
money.
all on you.
On you.
So you
I think.
work on you and you're gonna be better.
So I think you've answered. Yeah, you've answered everything. I love see what I love about how you answer question is how you move from one to one. I love the way you bring two of them together. You first break it, then after you answer the first one, you move straight up to the second one. I've seen. There was this time. I brought in someone. When I asked, hey, sorry. So when I asked him a question, when he answered the first one, he asked me, I hope I've answered it very well. He said, okay, what was the second one? It's to make that type of conversation to be a little bit slow. So yeah, you are doing so well. So I know I told you about our first session together. I told you about a guy. He told me that he has 1 million naira, that he doesn't know what he wants to use to do. So I related your message to him and I told him, go and watch the video. He watched it. Now he's learning Baba. How much did he use? He used 50,000 naira to pay his boss to start teaching him, to impact him with knowledge. He said since that he has paid that 50,000 naira, he took 750,000 naira and lock it inside piggy vest. So that's a very good thing. He said the remaining that if you want to do data, if you want to buy food, that is how is. He was so grateful after watching the video. And I told him that you should also pass it across to other people when you see
Yeah.
them battling what you just, overcome. So that also makes me want to ask this question. What about someone that doesn't have any money? He doesn't have any money, but he really wants to want to be stable financially. What is the first thing that type of person needs to do?
That's a very good question. The first thing I always tell people there is see, God is a very faithful God. There is no single human being that does not carry value.
Mm.
I will say this to anybody. See, you are so unique that you are the only kind of you on earth. This is not motivational speaking. This is a fact. Your DNA is so unique. Your fingerprints are so unique. It links to you. You carry something that nobody else carries. But do you know what happens? We carry so much, but when it's time for us to discover what we carry, we look outside at what other people have and we want what other people have. So we
Mm.
leave what we carry and we start pursuing what others carry. And we want to now become an inferior version of other people.
Mm. Comparison, right?
You want to be like others. You look at somebody doing well, you're like, wow, I want their gifts. No, it is not about that. There is something you were created with that nobody else has it. It might be small,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Mm-hmm.
greatest things always start small.
Yeah.
Find that thing about you that you can now refine it, polish it, and create value. See, there's this thing I've noticed. Everybody goes after what is popular. Everybody wants to become a TikTok star overnight.
Okay.
Everybody just wants to take and just see, you will never be better than somebody else. You will always remain a photocopy if you're doing what others are doing. Never be better than them.
Mm. This is so deep.
The only thing that makes you outstanding and that will set you apart is when you discover what makes you you, work on that thing, refine it, polish it, and bring it to the marketplace.
Mm.
It doesn't matter. Just find what is it that you think you're good at. And you know one thing, if we really sit down to discover this, it's called excavation. If you go back to when you were young, there's so many signs of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm
People,
thinking right now.
they are good with words. Some people they are good with their hands. Some people they don't learn mechanics, but if they see a broken down car, somehow they just know how to fix it. Some people they are just good with fixing things. Some people they're fast learners. Find you.
Find you.
Everybody was born with potential, but it is always locked inside. But the problem is when we grow up in life, we start searching about and we ignore that which is trapped inside us.
That's it.
We follow the crowd. Everybody's selling pure water. I'll sell pure water. Everybody's a TikToker. I want to become a TikToker. Everybody's an influencer. I want to become an influencer. So we keep chasing other people's dreams and we are running into frustration. Instead of us to take the time to now find out what is it about me that makes me different. See, don't celebrate similarities. Dr. McMillan says, celebrate your differences because it is in your difference the world will reward you.
It is
We
in
don't
your
celebrate
difference.
difference. We celebrate similarity. We want to be like this person. We want to be like this person. Does not celebrate similarity. Find your difference. What makes you to be different?
Make it a difference.
And then celebrate that difference. Own the difference. Be confident about it. See, this is not a cliche. Go and look at people who are excelling in their zone. They are just different. But the whole world will go and copy them, and there'll be so many duplicates. But have you noticed that in acting, there are some actors that they are just unique.
Definitely, yeah.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
there are other people that are similar to them, but everybody knows that, oh, that person is similar to this. Do you have that line? They say, oh, he's acting
Yeah.
like this person.
Like,
He's doing, they'll say, oh, he's the new Ronaldo. He's the new Messi.
Mm-hmm.
That means they are creating a duplicate. There will never be another Ronaldo. There will never be another Messi. There will never be another Pele. There will never be another Maradona. There could be other footballers who are unique in their ways. That is them.
That is them.
Actors are different, musicians, you know. So, but when you try to replicate somebody else's originality, you become the counterfeit. And when push comes to shove, people always know the original.
Definitely. That is it. That is it. Mm. Mm. About people trying to be one type of person. Do you think environment is part of the thing that also affects it, that causes it? Do you think the environment, people, an individual is always affect the type of person he or she tries to, emulate, try to, follow their footstep? Do you think the environment someone is really affects
See, you can learn from others, but don't want to be them.
them and
I I
them?
learn from people, but I still own my originality.
Mm, mm, mm,
My
mm.
mentor, she's called Coach Sholade Shakin. She in the financial she's a wealth creator. I
Okay,
learn from her, but I don't try to be her because
I
I
learned
can
from
never
one.
be her. Even we are both in the same industry, the way we teach and talk are quite different. She's my mentor. She's one of the few people that I look up to, and I learn a lot from her. You learn from people, but don't try to be people.
Learn from them, but try to be them.
The Bible says, follow, Paul in the Bible says, follow me as I follow Christ. So what it's
Mm-hmm.
saying there is the ultimate person to follow is Christ, but just use me as a guide. But when you see I'm not
Mm.
following Christ, don't follow me again.
Ooh, I get it. Mm. Mm.
That is what it says. Follow me as I follow Christ. So your eyes should be on Christ ahead, but just use me as a guide so you can know how to navigate. But when you're now seeing that I'm going to left and Christ is here, do not be foolish enough to keep following me. You stop and say, wait, it seems my boss has missed the way. Let me wait. So
Mm.
that's what it is. Learn from people so that you don't make the mistakes that they've made so you can cut the distance short, but
Mhm.
don't never want to replicate and become them because you cannot be them. They are so unique. There is only one of them. There is only one of you. Many people die photocopies.
Many people, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
not a factor of the environment. It happens in the West. It happens all over the world where some people they're so much into it that they would even want to look like. Why would I want to look like somebody else? That means I
Mm-hmm.
don't have an understanding of what I look like. Why? See,
Definitely.
my look is a gift. When you really understand what makes you you, who you are, you will respect people, but you will not defy yourself to want to be like anybody.
That's it. That's fact. That's true. You respect them, but you don't want to try to be them. Mm-hmm.
Then I respect those billionaires, Elon Musk, all of them, or $10, Dangote. I respect them because they have succeeded, but I don't want to be. If anybody says I don't want to be Elon Musk, no way. Why? It's so important. What I carry doesn't have.
Mm-hmm. That's that's just it. That's just it. So I think you've cleared everything. You've cleared everything, and I know they are going to know better now. I want to be the next Ronaldo. You can never be the next anybody.
There is no next
Mm.
Ronaldo.
There is nothing you can never be
Since
next
all
anybody.
these days they talk about Pele, there's never been another Pele.
Mm-hmm.
See, there will never be another. People are so
Version of
unique.
myself.
Look up to Ronaldo and use his blueprints to guide you, but don't want to be Ronaldo. It's not possible. When people are saying, Ronaldo and Messi, which one is better? I just think it's not an intelligent conversation to have. They are two different individuals, though they are in the same discipline. But look how different both of them are.
Very, very
But you
different.
cannot,
Very, very
but you
different.
cannot deny them that they have climbed and they are on the peak of their career. So that means there is room on top for everybody.
Definitely. There is rooms. On top for everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. So if there is one takeaway for every young listener, what is it?
My one takeaway for every young listener is just go and discover you. See, there is a solution to a problem that is locked inside of you.
Mm-hmm. There is a
Stop chasing
solution to the
everything.
problem.
You are a solution to a problem. It's just because you have not taken time to unearth that thing in you that is a solution. See, there's a problem in the world that you were created to solve. And when solution meets a problem, that is where value is exchanged, and that is where wealth is birthed.
Hmm.
Don't chase money. Become a person of value. Create value. See, money looks for value.
Money is so bad. Yeah.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
see? Do you see? What's it called? What's it called? Whiskey, or what's this other guy called? What's it called? Davido. Do you see them ever advertise that? Please, so if you are doing wedding, I'm available. Come on. They don't. People are chasing them because they've created a value that is now attracting everybody.
Yeah.
So see, take time to see. It takes time to create value. Take time to work on yourself. You are young. You are between 16 and 20, even 30, even 40. Take time to develop that gift you are. See, it doesn't take long for the world to know you. It's just
Doesn't
because
take long.
it doesn't take long. It might take you long for you to be ready. But when it's
Mm-hmm.
time for you to be announced in the world, look at Afro beats. 10, 20 years ago, everybody was singing Tupac and all the songs they were singing in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now America is singing Afro beats.
That is just it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We were watching Hollywood. Now America is watching Nollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find the value that you were born with and work endlessly to refine it. It's going to be raw.
Interesting.
Diamonds are always very dark like this. Golds don't look like gold, but when they go through the refining process, and that is what all the young people are running from. See,
Mm-hmm.
hardship comes with it. Gold has to go through fire to be refined. Stop running from the work. There
Stop
is no
running.
shortcut. In life, you will pay or you play.
You
Everybody does
pay.
it. So if you like, you can play now. You will pay later. Why not pay now so you can play later? You will do both.
Do
So you
both.
keep playing now. Payment is waiting,
Mm-hmm.
but you pay now. Inevitably, the time for you to eat the fruit of your labor, whereby your money you've created, that seed has become a tree. The tree has created an orchard. You now have many trees that are now giving you fruits from one seed. It's taking you time. How can you ever not have fruits when you have a forest full of trees that are giving you the fruits you want? You have an apple. You take the seed, you planted it. It gave you a tree. You take the harvest, you plant. Now you have thousands of apple trees. How can you ever be hungry of apple? Never.
Never, never in this life.
But just take the
Never.
time. See, you can never take process and time out of world building. I think I wrote a post about it not too long ago.
You can never.
See, getting 5 women pregnant doesn't mean it won't take 9 months to have a child. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let the process is part of the journey. Stop trying to short circuit the process.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's my advice to the youth. Get
That's amazing.
down and do the work.
Good
Work
work.
on yourself. See, you are your greatest asset ever. Not cars, not houses, nothing. See, you are your greatest asset ever. The day you discover this, you will change the way you treat yourself. You will change how you eat. You will change how you go about. You change the company you keep because you know that you cannot just be throwing an asset everywhere, both male and female.
That's true.
See, between these 2 years is the greatest thing you can put in here. Because if they take you from anywhere to anywhere, you can reproduce it. Why? Because it is called the process of knowing, being, and doing. When you know,
Mm.
between knowing and being takes a long time. That's why many people understand they know savings, but they don't understand savings. So they can't really save. And they say we should be saving. They'll do it once and they stop. The day you understand what savings mean, nobody will remind you to save. So
Mm.
understanding makes application easy.
Understanding.
It
Mm.
makes application to be easy. But when you try to jump from information to doing, you are short-circuiting the process because the biggest work is in you understanding, in knowing and understanding. Know, be, do. Don't try to do what you know. You have to be it first before you can then do it. When you be it, you continue to replicate it.
Replicate it. That's amazing, Coach Man. This is like this is an eyes opening. Like I'm just learning a lot, like a lot, and I know they're going to love it. Yeah, they are going to love it. So we are at the end of the show. We are at the end of the show, and I believe that this is going to be a very good foundation for something we are going to build for a very very long time. And so we are going to see you guys next month, second Tuesday, same time, 6 p.m. Until the next time. Thank
You enjoyed the show, isn't it? So what do you think about it? What's the feedback? And do you think you can add more positivity to the brand by subscribing, by sharing? What do you think if every one of us can come together and solve a bigger problem? Because that's what the platform is for. And you all, you are not just my audience, you are my partner, and we're going to do something big together. Thank you for watching. Till the next time.
Moonward talk, moonward talk, moonward talk, moonword talk, moonword talk, moonword talk, moonword talk, moonword talk. Yeah, we be the truth, be that light in the dark, let the vibe come through. Growth mindset, mind check. Yeah, we break the mold. Had to hustle, build some struggle, turn that pain into gold. Episode done, but the grind don't stop. Scraps and tapping, let's rise to the top. Let's rise to the top.